Alrighty, it seems like we are now live. So let's go ahead and let's get straight into it, shall we? Today, I'm going to be trying to do something a little bit newish at the very least. Um, Very early on, when I was trying to do a little bit of YouTube, there was one thing that I really wanted to do, and that was that every single Monday, I actually tried to stream a different game with my friends. And we used to call this Fun Day Monday, which was just a random game that we all wanted to play, and we played together. Now, while I'm not going to be able to do that with other people on a consistent basis, I do kind of want to try to keep that Fun Day Monday spirit, if you will, in the same manner. So, one thing that I'm going to be trying to do from now on is that every single Monday, I'm going to be trying to play a different game that I really enjoy and that I just want to play in general. And today's candidate for that is going to be Stellaris. If you go back into a lot of my channel, you will see that I'm actually a pretty big fan of 4X games like Stellaris and Civilization, things of that sort. I really do like a lot of the exploration aspect of a lot of these games, and I like being able to make like a story regarding the characters as well as all the journey that we do in this empire creation simulation, whatever you want to call it. Whatever it may be, today we're going to be playing Stellaris, and I know Stellaris is a very, very complex game for a lot of people. It is very much difficult to understand and difficult to play. A lot of the things that we're going to be doing here is we're mostly going to be centered a little bit on the roleplay aspect. I have played a couple games of Stellaris before, mainly on the Xbox. I did download on the PC, so I've had a little bit of a time to play here and there and get a hang of how much things have changed. It has been quite a while since I've played Stellaris. I think I got a pretty good grasp on the game now, and hopefully we'll be able to do pretty good. What we are going to be doing right now is that we're going to be playing as something called a hive mind. We are essentially a gestalt consciousness, which means that every single individual of this species shares the same mind. And the species we're going to be playing are these little bird guys right here, which are called the Daves. We are going to be playing the Legion of Dave. Essentially, what we're going to be trying to do in this particular run, more or less, is we're going to be trying to be friends with absolutely everybody that we can in the hopes of being able to become the Legion of Dave. What we want to do is we're going to be trying to unite the galaxy, the entire galaxy, under the guidance of Dave. Basically, there is a system in Stellaris called the Galactic Community, and in a lot of the new updates that came around, a lot of the new DLC, specifically Nemesis, one of the things that the Galactic Community added was something called the Galactic Imperium. You can actually take control of the Galactic Community, and you can become Julius Caesar, basically, and turn the entire thing into an Imperium. Now, we're probably not going to be heading over into the Imperium route. I think what I'm going to be trying to do is I'm going to try to become the custodian of the galaxy. We're essentially going to be the Legion of Dave. It's the Daves are going to be the guardians of the galaxy. We are going to protect it from any evil that might arise. And we might have to, considering that, in my experience, I tend to be the biggest evil in the galaxy. So, it's not so much that we're gonna stamp out evil because we're good. It's because I don't like competition. So yeah, this is basically gonna be the Legion of Dave. We are gonna be playing as these guys for people that are interested about the actual stats. Our origin is a tree of life, which means that the Daves have a symbiotic relationship with a giant tree that we plant on our planets, and it provides us with nutrition, it helps us grow a little bit better, and it helps us connect the entire planet to Dave. Another thing that we're going to be doing is these are going to be the statistics for our Davian species. We are hive-minded, of course. We're also going to be incredibly intelligent, natural engineers, and rapid breeders. Some of the things about Stellaris is that science and population growth are incredibly powerful, and as such, these three stats will help us pretty much rise to the occasion, get a little bit of science, get a little bit of population growth, and it'll help us quite a lot in the process. We do need to have some negative traits because we do have pretty expensive traits in this case. It's not going to matter too much because what I plan to do is I actually plan to go the genetic ascension route, which is essentially a science path that you can take that allows you to be able to manipulate a species and give them additional traits. So that's what we're going to be doing in the future. I'm not super worried about it right now. For the moment, that's more or less what we're going to be trying to accomplish. I do really like the biological ascension path, so we're probably going to be trying to go that one. I'm pretty sure that hive minds, that's the only one they can go anyways. But yeah, as far as our empire traits, we have the empath empire trait because we are going to be interacting a lot with the galactic community, so I do want to have that extra diplomatic weight, and I want to try to make allies with as many people as possible, so having additional envoys for that is going to be incredibly powerful. One of the things about the new update is they added an envoy system with which you can send envoys to make friends with other empires that you meet. So yeah, we're going to be having a little bit of fun with that. And then the last thing, we are also aesthetic, meaning that we have additional habitability, which is going to increase the resources we can make on a planet, and our population required less amenities. And amenities is one of the things that kind of hinders hive minds as a whole. It is not the easiest thing in the world to manage amenities, so being able to need less of them is going to be helpful. Usually what you have to do is that you have to have a population work on amenity jobs to keep the rest of the days from going insane. Which makes sense. This perk will allow us to have less population on that job, which means that we can have that population doing other things like making Dave armies for peacekeeping. We are good. We are good in this run, I think. I'm not sure how good we're going to be by the end of the run, but at least at the beginning, we're going to be trying to make friends with everybody. How aggressive we are is going to depend almost entirely on our neighbors, so let's just hope that we have good neighbors, and that we don't have to go to many wars. Which, if I'm being honest, is unlikely to happen. Count the amount of war crimes that I'm going to commit in the first couple of minutes, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, I do kind of just want to play Stellaris. These are going to be the statistics that we're going to be using. We're mostly just going to be using pretty much regular statistics, except for one little thing. The crisis strength, I'm going to set it up 25. And I'm also going to put it so that it starts incredibly early. So the start year for crisis, normally the default is 2,450. We are going to be starting the crisis in 2,325. How good this is going to go? I don't know. This is probably going to destroy us because the crisis strength right now is at plus a times 25. So yeah, from my experience, I've never been able to beat a times 25 crisis. Not because I can't, mostly because by the time that I get to the point where I can, the game has lasted for a very, very long time. Ideally, that won't be the case right now. If this spawns really early on and the Legion of Dave is not ready, the entire galaxy is likely to disappear. But yeah, this is pretty much what we're going to be doing. We're going to be playing on Grand Admiral, which is the highest difficulty that you can get. Scaling difficulty, AI aggressiveness to high, random placements, all of that, and we are of course going to be playing the Iron Man mode. Ideally, we're going to be able to finish, probably not in a single stream. We're probably going to do the Legion of Dave a couple times, see if it works, see if it doesn't. But yeah, this is likely what we're going to be doing. So just go straight into it, and we'll see what we can do. One of the things that I really do like about Stellaris is a lot of these story building elements. The actual game itself is not the most easy to see, as you can see. The UI is filled with a lot of information really early on, and it's very easy to get lost. This is pretty much our species. We are the Legion of Dave. All these statistics that I mentioned, origin, theory of life, which is actually really, really cool. And this is the empire that we started in. This is pretty much the galaxy we started in. It looks like we have a a ton of energy in these gas giants, which is going to be coming in pretty handy. But yeah, this is our home star of Davicus, and we have our planet of Dave Prime. So yeah, as you can see, there is a lot of information that gets immediately thrown out into the screen, so it does become a bit difficult to understand when you start playing it out. I'm going to try my best to explain it to the best of my abilities. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that good of a job, but essentially, the way that Stellaris works is that you have your planets, and this is the way that you get a majority of your resources. You can get resources from two places. You can get them from planets, and you can get them from space. As you can see, we have legions of space that we can take control of by building a starbase. The starbase is essentially the way that you take control of a system, and this is the one that we have right here in the Empire of Dave. And this is the planet. The planet can produce things in two different ways. It can produce things either from buildings, which is these things that we have right here, that you can build in these places, and they can produce it by districts. Districts can produce jobs, which are put in this tab right here, and populations can work those jobs in order to get different benefits. So it's kind of a little bit of an overview of how you get resources in Stellaris. The main resources that you can get are divided up here. You have energy, which is essentially gold. You have minerals, which is how you build everything. You have food, which is pretty self-explanatory, things need to eat. You have consumer goods, which we don't use as a hive mind. We use amenities instead. And we use minerals instead, my apologies. And we have alloys. Alloys is how you build ships and how you pretty much fund megastructures as well as war. The other thing that we have is influence. Influence allows us to put claims onto different systems, as well as allows us to build different superstructures, essentially. We can also use influence in order to apply different mandates, which are like different things that allow you to become stronger for a short amount of time. And it is a pretty important thing. The last thing that we have is unity and research. Research is how we get new technologies, and unity is how we get different tradition trees. Essentially, these are passive buffs that you can acquire that will benefit you in one way or another. So yeah, that's kind of a bit brief overview of a lot of the Stellaris thing. Population is incredibly important, and we do have other things that we have to take into account. We have limits for the amount of starbases we can have, and we have limits to the amount of troops that we can have. Nonetheless, let's go ahead and let's jump into it. First things first, when you start a game of Stellaris, you can see that we start with a couple different things. We start with a science ship already. The science ship is how we more or less explore the rest of the galaxy. We have to send them out to, well, explore the galaxy. So let's go ahead and let's start sending this one to go survey a lot of the systems that we have immediately right next to us. And another thing that I want to do is I actually want to make a second one. So I want to make a second one, but before we do that, as you can see, we also start with a military fleet, which if I go further, you can see that we have our military fleet right here. These are the... oh, my bad. These are the things that we are going to be using to defend ourselves. Or at least, that's the idea. We're actually not going to be doing that. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be scrapping them for resources early on, so that we can, we're going to be scrapping them for resources early on, so we can get additional alloys and build more science ships. We're essentially going to be repurposing them, if that's how you will. Let's see, can I get a... yeah, I can get a bit of alloys if I do that. So what we're going to do, first of all, let's stop the auto generation and save that. We'll go into our fleet manager and we will tell to retrofit our ships. We're going to be getting alloys because of that. And now let's go ahead and choose our technologies. One of the things that we're probably going to be going for is we're going to be trying our best to rush for science. So that's going to be what I'm going to be focusing on. which is why I kind of want to pick this up early, if I'm being honest. 30% additional science would be pretty nice, and none of this is actually going to help us really early on. I do want to pick up global energy management as quickly as possible, but the building that it produces, while it will help us in the future, right now we don't actually have any planets or any technician jobs that will actually benefit from this. So we're not going to pick it up right now. We're going to go with extra science. We're going to go with hydroponic farms because this is incredibly important. Food is very, very important for hive minds because specifically life tree hive minds. The way that we can colonize different planets and different galaxies is by sending a life seed basically to another planet and growing a giant tree to take over that planet. In order to do that, we need food. So this will allow us to get more food, and it's just a really good perk all around. Another thing that we can get is we can get this one right here, which does additional army damage as well as minerals from jobs. This is actually the robotic path with which you can turn a species into a robot. We're a hive mind, we're entirely biologic, we cannot go this path, we cannot get robots at all. They're just not compatible with us. So while I do want it, it's not going to benefit us that much right now. I'm going to go for more science. Alright, this pretty decent start. Let me go ahead and let's retrofit this. We're going to increase the speed of the game a little bit, so as you can see, we now have a whole bunch of alloys, which means that what we can do is we can actually make another science ship, which I might do in the future, not right now though. One of the things that we need to figure out is that we need to figure out a lot of our resource deposits. Hive minds are incredibly good because of this thing right here, the spawning pools. This means that we can make double the population than normal. We have population that's being assembled, and we have population that's being grown. So as we get more population, we're going to be able to do more things. Right now, our planet is pretty much at full capacity. Right now, we have a whole bunch of maintenance drones that are just increasing amenities. So we have to change that as quickly as possible to something else. Usually what I like to do is that I like to go for research labs. But one of the things about research labs is that they're very expensive on the mineral department. So you have to be careful about that unless you break your economy. Minerals are going to be very, very important as we go forward. So what I'm actually going to be doing is I'm going to be making a mining district so we can cover a lot of these populations that we have right now that are on maintenance drones. We can turn them into mineral drones, which will give us more minerals, which will allow us to get more research deposits. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And for that, I'm actually going to be selling our food, and I'm going to be selling... I'm going to be buying minerals with it. I am going to be selling a little bit of the alloys that we just got. So now we can start working on Dave Prime to get more minerals. Minerals are probably going to be one of the main things that we're going to be struggling with. Another thing is going to be food. We have 2 planets right here that I want to get as quickly as possible. So for that, I'm going to be making a couple science ships, and by the time that we explore both of these, we should have another agriculture district already up and ready. So what I'm going to be trying to do is I'm probably just going to be spamming a whole bunch. This fleet is actually useless to us, so I'm going to go ahead and disband it so we don't have to pay for it. I'm going to be spamming a whole bunch of science ships in order to try to search for as many planets as I can find. If I can find a good amount of planets early on, we're going to be in a really good position. So now, let's go ahead and let's get a scientist. We're going to grab one of these. And I want you to survey that system. This one. And that one. And I have a third science ship making right now. What I'm going to be doing with that third one is I'm going to be using that one to just explore the area around me. So I'm actually going to be using this one and just to take a look at how the galaxy is shaped. That way we can figure out if there is a good location to start just setting up choke points, basically. Defensive choke points that we can use. Ooh, a Spark of Genius. Yeah, let's go ahead and pick that one up. And we're gonna put you into engineering. Engineering is usually the most important tech that you can go for, mainly because a lot of the good technologies are in engineering. A lot of the ship technologies are in engineering, which means that if you're ever planning on going to war, which I'm, as a good guy, definitely not planning at all, that is definitely not why I am rushing engineering so much. If you're ever planning on going to war, or you're planning on building big, engineering is the way to go. Because with engineering, you can go to mega engineering, which means that you can make structures in a single galaxy that will benefit the entire empire. You can make things like Dyson spheres, you can make things like ring worlds, you can make things like sentry arrays that are able to show you the entire galaxy as a whole. There's a lot of benefits to this. Did I choose the right one? Yes. Okay, so I'm going to be grabbing that just for a little bit of extra energy. That's going to be giving us an additional 2 energy all around. That's probably going to be more efficient. Let's go ahead and let's assign you. And I want you to go ahead and explore. This is probably going to be the science ship that we are going to be taking a look at the most, because the main purpose of this one is to see if we can find any more planets. These two are going to be fully analyzing. This one right here is going to be just again look around, seeing if we can find more individuals, seeing if we can find aliens, seeing if we can find planets nearby. That's going to be the purpose of this one. So for now, I'm going to be sending it over into this direction. Hopefully we'll be able to find something quickly. And some things that we already found alien life. The David Emissary has made a startling find on Sol 3. The planet is teeming with alien life. For the first time in history, we have encountered life forms that did not originate on Dave Prime. This amazing discovery has silenced those who believed we were alone in the universe. Although none of the alien creatures were found in Sol 3 are sapient, it is likely only a matter of time before we encounter beings that are. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going to end up happening. Okay, so let's take a look at the planets we have right here. When it comes to first contact protocols, this is pretty much how we're going to be talking to other individuals that we find. For now, I want to be greeting them all with open arms because I want to try to be friends with them. I don't want to be aggressive. That's likely not going to remain the case for long. I'm going to be going for discovery because I'm going to be trying to rush science as much as possible. Ooh, that's a big planet. Okay. The Pathfinder, aptly named, has just found a ocean world that's pretty massive, if I'm being honest. 24. The maximum capacity for a planet is 25. So this one's just one off. I do kind of want to research that, so I'm going to be sending this one on the way. We can't grab it just yet. Another thing that I want to make sure is that I want to see where exactly these hyperlanes connect. Because the only way that you can transfer from one system to another is through these connection points you can see right here. So if, for example, we were to grab this system, then nobody would be able to go through this area. They would have to go around the galaxy. So being able to find where choke points are is going to be pretty important. Which is why I'm having this science ship explore like this. Knowing there's a massive ocean world, that's probably going to be shifting a lot of my focus. I think all of these planets we're going to colonize regardless of how much habitability they have, because we're going to be going the genetic route. which means that eventually we'll just be able to change our species so they like that planet. Early on though, I'm probably not going to be colonizing that one. I'm probably going to be focusing on this one right here, which is a tropical world. As you can see, it has a lot of energy. That is amazing. This is definitely going to be our energy prime planet. And I'm going to be focusing on that ocean world right there. It looks like we have some pretty nice choke points in this area. Let's go ahead and keep on exploring a little bit. I want to see how this galaxy connects. One of the things that I want to try to do is that I want to try to find the biggest choke point that I can. I'm going to try to rush over into that location just to kind of block a part of the galaxy. We are going to be needing a lot of different things in order to take advantage of a lot of the resources that we have right here. Extremophiles, okay. That's pretty useful. So one of the things that I want to see is that I want to see if this area right here connects to anywhere. Or if this is blocked. Because if this is blocked, that means that we grab... Oh my. Oh my. We have recovered artifacts from an ancient alien civilization on 42503A. Incredibly, this civilization, which apparently referred to themselves as the Cyrex, seems to have been made up of machines that were linked together in some sort of collective consciousness. The age of the artifacts indicate they were active some 600,000 years ago. In this portion of the galaxy at least, but we have learned nothing of their exact origins. According to a partial data fragment that our scientists managed to extract from one of the artifacts, the Cyrex at some point launched a crusade to destroy all sapient organic life, for reasons unknown. So that's actually the Cyrex. They were an ancient race of sapient computers that for one reason or another decided to kill all of the galaxy. That's actually pretty useful. The Cyrex are widely known as the absolutely best possible role that you can get for an ancient empire. The reason for that is that whenever you find the home system, they have what's called a ruined ring world in that system. And what the ruined ring world that does is that it allows you to house a ridiculous amount of population. I'm talking in the hundreds of thousands. Thousands not anymore, but definitely hundreds. You can get a whole bunch. You can have an entire empire in a single ring world. And in fact, that is something that I've done before. And it's something that we might do in the future. If I keep on playing Stellaris at the very least. They are a really powerful role. So if we can find the Cyrex Empire, or at least the remnants of it, that's going to help us a lot. So before I forget, let's go ahead and let's go over into our main world. And let's make sure that everybody's producing what they can. I'm going to be needing another agricultural district. We're going to be needing more food. And then after that is done, I'm probably going to start working on our science. We are going to be needing a whole bunch of food, which is something that we don't have just yet. Another thing that I'm going to be doing in the future is as soon as we get this thing right here, the hydroponic bay, as soon as we get that, I'm going to be putting it in the shipyard right here. That'll be giving us even more food, which will allow us to get things quicker, which is exactly what I want. So let's go ahead and put the agriculture district. Let's go ahead and queue that up so we can start getting into that. We have a lot of alloys as well, so let's go ahead and let's start building some star bases. I'm not actually going to be researching a lot of the anomalies that we find. Um, because they scale based on your science. And the science that we have right now is very, very minimal. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually just gonna I'm just gonna let them stay in there. And once we have a decent amount of science, probably like 1,000 or so, I'm gonna be collecting all of them so that we can rush a lot of technologies really, really quickly. So that's gonna be what I'm gonna be doing. And speaking of, let me just go ahead and trigger that so we can see the anomalies here. Alright, so we're gonna be starting to expand. I want to expand to this world right here, this world right here, and this one right here. This one right here is probably the more pressing out of all of them, so that's the one that I'm going to be rushing. So let's go build a starbase there, build a starbase there. We're going to build the starbase there, and that should be enough for now. So we have another world right here, and it's actually looking pretty good as far as choke points are concerned. Because now we know that if we get to here, 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 or here, any of these 4 points means that we have all of this pretty much entirely for us. Let's get this. Survey that, survey that, survey that, and survey that. Alright, so now we have our agricultural district going along. I'm actually going to be removing the hunter-seeker drone to put that into the agriculture drone, into the agriculture sector, which will be filled up in a few seconds by the... Yep, there we go. We now have the population is now back at full capacity. So once this is built, we're going to be getting 2 more jobs for science. And we're actually going to be doing that twice. I want to be able to get as much science as possible. And we just got to 1,000 food, so that means that we have enough to colonize a single planet. Let's go ahead and colonize that world, and we're going to be calling that world our Energy Prime. That's going to be the one that's going to be making a whole bunch of our energy. Ideally, we want this one to either be like an agricultural place, an area that we have a whole bunch of agricultural districts, so we can get a whole bunch of food really early on. Okay, so we got a pretty large galaxy. Let's go ahead and explore this area. I want to see if we can get this dark hole somehow. Dark holes are incredibly powerful, not only for defensive purposes, but also for resources, because you can get dark matter from them. And dark matter pretty much allows you to get a lot of the top-end technologies. So it's going to end up being really, really good. Alright, so it looks like we're doing pretty good on the... We're doing pretty good on a lot of the departments that we have so far. I still need a little bit more science. This is very, very minimal at the moment. I want to try to get to, like, I don't know, probably like 600 science. Oh my. Oh my. This is the Sea of Consciousness. The Sea of Consciousness is an incredibly powerful world, as you can see, because it gives you an incredible amount of science, and it also gives 25 habitability to the planet. Now, usually, there are a lot of things that can happen with the Sea of Consciousness. I've actually only had it once, and the one time that I had it, it made my population psychic. I don't know how this is going to interact with hive minds, because hive minds can't become psychic. At least not their normal means. So yeah, this is gonna be interesting. This is an incredibly good world. Oh my god. 26 districts. We need to build here. We need to build here. One of the things that we can do with this particular world is that we can turn it into a science world, into a massive science world with just a ridiculous amount of population. And because of the amount of districts that we have right here, we can also turn those into industrial districts, which will allow us to get more alloys. This world is amazing. The extra building cost is not going to matter in the slightest. There is a ton of policies to reduce this cost. So yeah, this is a complete net positive. I'm curious what's going to end up happening with the Sea of Consciousness. This does mean that we're not going to be able to immediately get this planet, which is fine. I'm okay with that. But because of that, I think we're going to be heading for this one first instead. Yeah, because I need to colonize these planets. This one is going to take a very long time. Oh, you know what? It's actually going to take me just as long to get a lot of these things ready to go. So I think I am going to be going for this one first. A Sea of Consciousness. I have no idea how this is going to go. As I mentioned, the last time that I saw this, it made my civilization psychic. It drove a couple of them mad, but they became psychic. And I have never seen a psychic hive mind. I don't even know how that would work. That would be incredibly cool if we can get a psychic hive mind. That would be amazing. Will it happen? I don't think so. It's probably just I'm probably just not gonna get the turn the population psychic event. But I'm hoping. We'll see what happens. Let's see. Let's go ahead and build that. I need to find a mining world. Oh man, this world sucks. Okay, so we have our first colony. This one's gonna be our generator. This is gonna be the generator world. So let's go ahead and let's name this so that I can remember what it is in the future. Generator Prime. And one of the things that I forgot to mention, because we have the Tree of Life, this is what we get from the Tree of Life. We get additional growth speed, which means that we're going to be growing incredibly quickly, especially with all the bonuses that we can stack. We also get additional society research, which means that a lot of our science planets are going to be even more powerful than normal. And we also get additional agricultural districts, which we are going to be having a whole bunch, but we're not going to be having that many. One of the things that I need right now is I am definitely in dire need of minerals. So we're probably going to be focusing a couple of minerals as we keep on going forward into different planets. Man, I don't think I have that many good planets with minerals. I think what I might have to do is I might have to settle this one and just pump up minerals, which is not going to be ideal. We're not going to be getting a whole bunch out of that, but yeah. We are definitely going to be struggling a little bit with minerals. A good amount of what we're going to be getting is probably going to be coming from space. It does seem that we actually got lucky with a couple high value mineral deposits. So I'm going to be trying to get those as quickly as possible. This planet's going to be energy, this planet's going to be science, and this planet is probably going to be a forge. What I'm going to be doing, because we have so many districts in this one, I'm probably going to be turning this into a agriculture hybrid, agriculture science hybrid. That's probably what I'm going to be doing, but if I'm being honest, I'm going to be mainly focusing on science on this one, and then once we encounter in Koboris. We found aliens. Let's go ahead and send an envoy to figure out what aliens they are. I don't see any aliens, so I'm actually not sure what we found. Where's my... Okay, so that's a savannah. Let's go ahead and keep on, exploring. I want to explore all the black holes because there's one thing that I want to figure out. Wait, okay. The Davite emissary crew has returned from the research mission visibly shaken. They provide vague, often conflicting reports of what they encountered on Terravelium 4. Though in one matter they are united. The still-flowing sea that wraps pole to pole around the planet is somehow alive. Though it bears no organs or corporeality, we can identify the planetary ocean seems to communicate with frequencies that affect the brain activity of the recipient. It is able to induce thoughts, images, emotion, and what is more, affects each individual differently. It is entirely unknown what effect prolonged contact with the sea might have, or how safe such an endeavor would be. Science Officer Yuki Sakamoto requires that a planetary decision to study the strange sea be enacted on Terravelium 4, which is something that we will 100% do. So once we have that one, we are 100% going to be doing for that one. Let's go ahead and increase our research speed, because we do want our research to be as fast as possible. And over here in Dave Prime, we are running very, very low, dangerously low, on minerals. So let's go ahead and increase our mineral production ever so slightly. And then once you are done, we're going to be specializing you. This is what I wanted to find, an L gate. So L gates are, well, what we have here. They are a special type of gateway that teleport you to a secret location outside of the galaxy. And they can be incredibly powerful or incredibly detrimental, depending on how things go. So finding one is definitely going to be pretty helpful. Having one in the Empire is going to be really, really helpful. I do still want to explore a little bit of the location. Because from what I can see, it looks like more than likely this area is completely locked away. Which means that, go ahead and grab that. If we can get this system, we can block an even bigger portion of the galaxy. We can make that exclusive for us. This one right here is already a choke point. So what we can do is if we go here and we just like expand like crazy all the way to here, we might be able to just completely block off this entire part of the galaxy. Like all of that would be ours. That might be worth it. That might definitely be worth it. And this is why exploring with things like this is super, super useful. There might still be another empire in here, so we're not entirely sure. I still need to analyze a little bit more. Okay, so for you, let's just go ahead and explore things that are close by. So there we go. Just go ahead and get the survey going. And for this one, I want to explore that location. We have not found the aliens we saw at the beginning, which is... that's fine. I'm not super worried about it. Next area that I want to explore is going to be there. Alright, so I can now confirm that this entire area is completely blocked off. I want to go ahead and confirm how blocked off this area is, which part do I have to focus on. I think right now that what I really do want to do is I want to try to rush for this system, and I want to try to get a way to at least keep those black holes. Ooh, exotic gases, that's going to be helpful. Exotic gases are used for a lot of research in the future, so that's going to be something that we're going to have to look into. We almost have enough food in order to make our next colony. In fact, we actually do have enough. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh my god, we even have a Betharian power plant. We have 2! Oh, this planet is so good. This is going to be our mega tech. This planet is going to be amazing. I think what I'm going to end up doing is I'm probably going to be using it as a generator district. I'm probably going to be using it as a generator planet until we build... until we get a lot of the population set up. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to make like a Betharian power plant, an energy grid, and make it into a really, really good energy planet, and then turn it all into research. And once we start getting more planets, I'm probably going to be siphoning a lot of our population that we're going to be getting into this planet. So this is probably going to be the main planet that we're going to be having for the entire empire. This one by itself is probably going to end up with like 150 population. I might even turn it into a capital at some point, depending on how good we end up getting it. I'm not super sure how damaging a lot of the events might be for the Sea of Consciousness, so I'm not super sure how that one's gonna go. But hopefully it'll go well. Hopefully it'll go well. Let's go ahead and increase the maintenance drones. There we go. We're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good so far. We have a decent amount of pretty much everything that we could ever want. We have a good core of planets, about 5-ish. I still have no idea what this is. I kind of want to explore a little bit, but I don't want to stop surveying. So let's go ahead and survey those 2 and see what we can find when it comes to choke points. More than likely, this one right here is likely going to be the choke point that we're going to be looking for. Might actually be this one, never mind. Oh, that's a civilization. Yeah, that's another civilization. And they already have control of the system. Yeah, you know what? That could actually be pretty bad for us. If they're aggressive, that might end up being bad. They've pretty much already blocked me off. So what I'm actually going to be doing is I'm going to be canceling that. And I'm going to be... Oh, I didn't cancel it? My bad. That's fine. What I'm actually going to be doing is I'm going to be sending this one right here, and I'm going to be picking up this system. Because if I can pick up this system, then we'll be in a pretty good spot. But yeah, pretty much this entire part of the galaxy is no longer going to be available to us, so you go ahead and explore this part. Well, I say that. If they end up being aggressive, I will devour them. In a good way, though. There is no good way about that one. But yeah, we'll see what ends up happening. So even though confirmed that they're a space-faring civilization, hopefully we'll be able to have friends. If we can have if we can have a friendly empire next to us, we might be able to do something like a federation. Having an early federation might not be a bad idea. So that might be something to keep an eye out for. Let me actually build a mining station here, and then we're gonna move you over there. Our colony ship is heading over to a direction. I do want to start working on the other worlds. Our energy department is looking pretty bad so far. We're gonna be fixing that once this planet is up and going. This is gonna be the main generator world, so first things first. As a hive mind, you want to have spawning pools in every single planet as the first thing you make. Then after that, we're not going to need that. We can start working on the generator prime. We're going to be making this into a generator world. So now this is some Synaptic broadcast. This means that our researchers are not going to be costing us as much, which should increase the amount of minerals that we're making. Let's see. Ooh, Strikecraft. I'll pick that up. And because I know that this one is going to be important, let's go ahead and upgrade that into a starport. This will pretty much prevent this one empire from trying to attack us. I'm going to be making like a really powerful base right here with Strikecraft. And if they get the idea to attack us, they won't be able to as easily. Alright, so let's keep on exploring. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, we're doing really, really good so far. Our expansion has been pretty successful. Volatile modes, I'll take that. We're doing pretty good with that as well. Once that starbase is done, perfect. We needed that. This one is going as well. Megatech Prime. We're gonna be getting our tech planet up pretty quick. Again, what I'm probably going to be doing is I'm probably going to be making it into a generator world at the very beginning, mainly because it has these two Ethereum plants. And then once we're actually done with tech, once we can't tech out the capital anymore, we're probably going to be transferring a whole bunch of our population over into this world once we can. Oh, that actually reminds me. I did not set up my policies, which are incredibly important. One of the things that we're probably going to be doing is early on, we're more than likely going to be going into this one right here. We're probably going to be going to Isolationist or Cooperation. I kind of want to make allies, so what I'm going to be doing right now is I'm going to be going for cooperation exclusively to try and make these guys our friends, and then once we have them as friends, we're probably going to be going into this one because this is the one that that will help us a lot. It'll give us a whole bunch of unity, it'll give us a whole bunch of admin cap, and it'll make it so that we don't have to worry so much about a lot of things. It'll just be a lot better. So what I think I'm going to do, this is going to be our generator world. This one is probably going to be our mining district. It's not great. It's pretty small, but it'll have to do for now. Oh my. That's 3 planets! Oh, that's insane. And these guys are completely blocked off. Yeah, that's, we need to expand into this direction bad. We're looking pretty good. That is a lot of planets, which is amazing for the type of empire that I'm trying to make. Let's go ahead and get a generator district going. an odd factory. So here's the thing about this factory. This is actually really good to give us... This will actually be really good to give us a whole bunch of resources early on. But right now, we don't want it to be worked because it can actually eat population. And that is something that we do not want. Not right now. Alright, so this one is going pretty good. Let's go ahead and let's turn these into hydroponics vey. And then let's start colonizing this planet. This one's probably going to be our Synapse planet, which is essentially going to be the one that's going to get rid of our Empire sprawl. This is essentially how big the Empire is and how effectively we can manage it. What I can do is that I can make a Synapse world, which is just going to be a world filled with these things, and that'll produce a whole bunch of Unity, as well as a little bit of research, not really that much. The more important part is that it's going to do this, increase the admin cap, which right now we actually need. So I'm going to go ahead and research for that. This world should do pretty good as it starts to fill up. We're going to be getting a little bit more admin cap once that fills up as well. So I'm not super worried. We have a little bit of jobs, so we can start working on that one. We're still working towards figuring out what this empire is and what they want. And once we do that, we're going to be in a pretty good spot. So what I'm actually going to do is you're going to survey that, that one, that one, that one. We're going to be rushing over into this direction. Your brain's also dying because you don't understand a single thing that you're doing. Yeah, this is pretty much how Stellaris goes. There is a whole bunch of information right here. More or less, the short of it is I am expanding my territory, and I am making a lot of really good trees. I'm trying to make friends. Yeah, okay, I'm definitely doing quite a lot of things. Right now, more than anything, I'm just expanding my territory. I'm trying my best in order to get my population, my empire to grow. We are going to be growing the Daves as much as we can. And speaking of that, do I want to colonize this one early? Oh man, that's those are some very nasty negatives. And I don't think I can get rid of them that early. I think we're just going to be focusing on this 4 colonies right now. The population growth that we're going to be getting from this one is probably not enough right now. Oh, we finally met them! Oh no! Oh no! This is what... Ah, no. So, the first people that we meet, the individuals that are likely going to dictate how we play for the rest of the game, they're hegemony. They are slaving despots who are fanatic materialists and are authoritarian. These people have slaves in their empire. And we're gonna be best of friends. Oh no. Oh no. This is... Yeah. I feel bad for the rest of the universe. I feel really bad for the rest of the universe. The most terrifying entity in the game is now learning that slavery is good. Oh boy. As far as our construction ship goes, we're going to be going a starbase here. We're probably going to be grabbing that, and we're probably going to be grabbing that choke point right there. You can continue exploring. Explore that one. This does mean that they're not going to be likely to attack us, because we actually do have some pretty good relationships with the amount of envoys that we're going to be giving them. I'll keep the starbase here just in case. Ooh, a tomb world. That's size 25 tomb world. Alright, so we're starting to run out of space on Dave Prime, which might be a bit of a problem. I think for now we're still going to be needing a little bit more mines, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to build one mine, and I do want to start working on this one because this one's going to be like our primary planet. Let's make some more generate districts. It's pretty much just going to be for energy. We have a whole bunch of planets. It's actually going to be really, really nice. Well, one of the reasons why I want a lot of these planets, even if they're low habitability. Habitability, essentially what it means is how well your species can survive in these planets. They cannot survive at all. But one of the things that you can do as a hive mind is that you can actually get an ascension perk, which is a bit of a bonus. Where is it? This thing right here. This is called a hive world. You basically turn the entire world into a world exclusive for your population. And what they do is they have 100% habitability, and you can turn the world into anything that you want. So if you want it to be an energy world, you can just do that. If you want it to be a mining world, you can just do that. Agri world, yep. Foundry, yep, as well. Essentially what it does is that it makes it so you can make the world into whatever you want it to be. If you want it to be a lush jungle, it can become a lush jungle. If you want it to have a ton of mines, you can make it so that it has a ton of mines. It's a very, very powerful ability to have. But in order to be able to get it, you're going to need a lot of worlds. Which we have. We have at least 5 additional worlds that we can turn into a hive world. Which is what I'm going to be trying to do. So I'm going to be trying to rush this one and probably that one. So we can block off this guy. We're going to be needing more farms, so let's go grab that. And I'm still debating. Okay, so they're trying to become our enemies, and our envoys are just overruling them because we have so many of them. Oh man, we even have another world! Oh, this is going so good. And Incinerator is entirely blocked off. Yeah, this is amazing. We have a ridiculous amount of space, and it is insanely safe. Oh my. So we have pirates over in this location. That's fine, we don't actually need that. I am still going to go ahead and grab this one because there's an ocean world right there. And ocean worlds we can get early on. Alright, so what I think I can do... I can probably rush over to his location. One thing that I want to figure out now is I want to figure out if there's an empire over here. If there's an empire over here, we might be in a bit of trouble. But if there's not, we can probably rush to this system right here. And we can have all of this for Dave. Ideally, I would probably like to grab this one right here and this one. So if we grab these two, I actually want faster research, so let's do that. If we grab this one right here, and either this one, or this one, and there's nothing here, if there's no empire in this area, we have like a good quarter of the galaxy just entirely to us. That is probably worth it.
A system survey is concluded.
Yeah, this is a really good start. We have the Megatech Prime over here, which is getting a whole bunch of stuff. One of the things that I want to do is I actually want to study the living sea. So, with the enactment of the planetary decision on Megatech Prime, a research team will be placed in orbit to study the strange sea at a safe distance. Yuki Sakamoto, the one who did the investigation the first time, will be the one to take the personal assignment. So yeah, we're gonna be going and we're gonna be doing that. And we're looking pretty good. What I'm going to be doing now is I'm probably going to be rushing over into that other location that I showed. Because the quicker that we can get to that location... Oh, my bad. Let me get this back up. The quicker that we can get to that location, it'll be easier to just take control of a larger portion of the galaxy. I don't think we're going to be having enough influence to rush all the way over there. Our alloy production is also not the greatest, but it doesn't seem like we are directly in trouble. Okay, so this one is going to be probably our Synapse planet. So a Synapse planet very easily is just going to be a planet exclusively centered on organizing the Empire. So we're going to be building mostly synaptic nodes here. And probably like one agricultural district. Just to keep the population growth going. One of the things that we definitely need is we need a agricultural district, which I think I might actually make this one into our agri world. It's a fairly small world, but because of the Tree of Life, this will actually get another 4. So that means we can put 9 districts out of the 12 into this area, and having 3 for the Hive district, which will give us population. Yeah, this is actually going to be our agri world. Yeah, that's fine. Let's see. So we have an encounter of more aliens. Let's go ahead and let's send one of our envoys to start investigating that. Oh man. Okay, so that does likely mean that there is another empire over here. Yeah, okay. So we can have an embassy with this, and one of the things that I read from that one is that the scientists that originally looked at the Sea of Life for the first time, the Sea of Life is calling her. So the Sea of Life wants her to go back here, and I just gave her the okay. That does mean that I actually lost the scientist, but that's fine. We can always get another one. Oh, you know what? This area might not be as blocked off as I thought originally. Oh, that might not be good. That's fine. We still have a decent amount of choke points, so even if we don't have... We've already pretty much guaranteed that we're going to be having a whole bunch of area for ourselves. So we'll... Oh, I don't want you to research, I want you to survey. I am still gonna try to rush this area right here. If I can rush this one, I can probably still keep a whole bunch of stuff. Let's see. I kind of want to grab this one. Because this one increases habitability. And if we get the other guy that we found really, really friendly, we can actually make a federation. So yeah, I'm gonna be going for adaptability. That one will increase the habitability of our planets by quite a decent amount, and that will allow us to expand even more, which is precisely what I want. And speaking of expansion, we still haven't found anything worth expanding for, other than a choke point, which is probably, in all honesty, enough of a reason for me to want to go there.
An anomaly has been discovered. A study has been
We're
completed.
doing incredibly good. Surprisingly enough, we've even got this right here, mining subsidies. I'm just taking a look at the planets that we have right now. I'm trying to see if we can find one with good mining districts. This one has 4. That's not really worth it. Mining districts is the main issue that we're going to be having right now. None of our planets. This one's pretty good. This one's pretty good. But we only have like 20% habitability. That is not enough. Alright, so how are we doing here? We still have a couple jobs we can do. Let's start making these more efficient. We're going to be doing that. We're going to be doing that. And then over here, we're going to be doing... This one is still fine by itself. Turn that off. our planets are starting to grow. They're not growing as fast as I wish they were, but they're growing, and that's the important part. Our main planet, I think it's about to hit. We're about to hit maximum capacity for the planet, which is not great. Yeah, we're starting to get to a point where... Oh, okay, this is important, this is important. Revelations! Our research crew in orbit of Megatech Prime has made a series of fascinating breakthroughs regarding the planet's strange sea of consciousness, with Science Officer Yusuke Sakamoto acting as an invaluable asset to the team. The crew has described the planetary sea as a psionic entity. Its seemingly incorporeal state, in fact, belies a complex and coherent quantum wave structure, approximating a massive neural network unlike any other on record. The research has led to incredible insights into psionic theory and deepened our understanding of the interaction of quantum states and consciousness. The former scientist will remain on the planet. We just got psionic, we just got psionic theory. Like, straight out. Did we actually get it? Can we become psychic? This is for engineering. We're society. It doesn't seem like we actually got the technology, which is kind of unfortunate. That means that we are not going to be able to become a psychic hive mind. So it kind of sucks a little bit, but we still have the incredibly powerful planet, so even if we did not become psychic, that's fine. Not worried about it. Okay, so we have enough jobs there. And did we... Planet already has a colony, okay. So we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. I think I need to be focusing more on tech. I also need to be focusing on clearing that out. One thing that I want to figure out really quickly, I want to see if we can get lucky. It does not seem like we can get lucky with our governors. So that's a bit unfortunate, but that's fine. I wasn't expecting to be able to get much out of that. I want to be able to start clearing a lot of things we have right here. And for that, I'm going to be saving up a lot of influence. So we can actually get this thing right here, which is this one right here. Capacity subsidies. That'll increase our energy generation by a very, very decent amount. Oh man, I got another spark of genius. Oh my god, you're a spark of genius maniacal? Okay, we're gonna be changing our scientists really quickly. You're gonna be going straight there. And... do we have another spark of genius? No, we do not. Can we get one here? Nope. We have a really, really powerful scientist brewing. So we're gonna put him on research duty.
Construction venture completed. An unusual phenomenon has cropped up.
Alright, since we're now entering the state in which we are trying to just grow our colonies, I'm gonna be putting you to just mine as many things as we can, and we're going to be trying to get resources from space from now on. At least while the colonies begin growing. Man, we're doing really, really good. I mean, it's year 18 and we only have like 134 science. It's not the greatest. I do need to focus more on science a little bit. But overall, and in terms of space and in terms of all the things that we have so far, this is looking pretty good. But yeah, I need to be pumping out more science quickly. The amount of science that we're making right now is not enough. Oh man, I'm gonna be going for...
A system survey has concluded.
fusion reactor. Yeah, our science is not ideal. We're definitely falling slightly behind.
A system survey.
Let's grab deviancy.
A system survey has concluded.
Okay, so it looks like we're starting to run out of energy. A lot of our resources are heading to our location, so what I'm actually going to be doing is I'm going to be selling a whole bunch of our food every month, so we can get a little bit of energy. This is going to be fine. We are making the agri-world prime right now. Once that's set up and once all of our energy is set up, we're going to be in a pretty good location. We're starting to be able to find these guys right here. Translation software. Oh no. Oh no. That is not good. Okay, it looks like we're not doing as good as I was hoping with regards to our territory right here. But that's fine. I'm just gonna be making a star base just to make sure he doesn't attack us. If he attacks us right now, this could be an issue. He is very much overwhelming. We do not have a single ship prepared, and while we do have a decent amount of alloys, my tech is not up to par.
A system
So if I get attacked right now, I am definitely in a very, very weak spot. Mainly because I've been focusing on just trying to make as many colonies as I can.
A study has been completed. Construction venture completed.
Okay, so now things are starting to look pretty good. I think I still need a mining district. That's probably the thing that's going to be holding me back the most. I need a mining planet. And I think I might have to just grab this one, even though it's a really bad... Even though it's a really bad planet for the species. It's a really bad planet for the species. I think, it might be the only way that I'm going to be able to get this to work.
Strange happening.
And another thing that I need to do, I need to go over here, and I need to make you into a star base. Because I want to start getting not only more food, but I also want to start getting more anchorages.
A study has been completed.
Let's get more energy generation.
An alien society wishes to
Oh, would you look at that?
strange.
They're over here. So that means that we might... Ah, that is way too far away. There's no way we're going to be able to get there. How much influence do we have? 344. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna try. I am going to try. If we can grab this point right here, that means we'll probably have not as much as I originally wanted, but still a decent amount. Before I forget though, I want to set up an embassy with them, and I do want to be on friendly terms. So, diplomacy, improve relations. There we go. It looks like we are definitely not going to be able to make these guys into... We're not going to be able to make these guys into a friend. Our relationship is actually worsening now. Even with 3 envoys, they're actively trying their best to worsen our relationships. And it's unlikely we're going to be able to keep them up for long. So I'm just going to be making a bastion. And hopefully that'll be enough to dissuade them from attacking. This is pretty much the only way that they can go over to our system. And now that we have this, let's go ahead and make a hydroponics bay. And we're going to need anchorages. That'll increase our naval capacity, and that'll increase a whole bunch of our things. I also want to make another one right here, because we have enough capacity for that. And this one, I'm probably going to be turning into a shipyard. And with regards to that, I'm probably going to be dismantling this one. We could turn it into like a solar base. That is something that we could do. We could end up getting a lot of energy from this. I don't know if it's worth it. Early on, it probably is. I think it is. We're going to be turning into a solar panel right now. Once we're later into the game, we're going to be turning that into something else. Oh man, this is a hard decision. I can get the exotic gas refineries, which allow me to upgrade my science, which is what I want. But I can also get this, the Ethereum power plant, which just gives you an insane amount of energy. And the planet that we have right now, we need more science. We need more science. We can't continue with more science without more science, so we'll go for that. Okay, so now I'm just going to be putting you on auto explore, and I'm also going to be putting you what I'm actually going to be doing is I'm going to be having you no, never mind. Let's just put you in auto explore as well. So we're going to be having them just explore as much as they can, and once we're done with the exploration phase, we're going to be going into the empire building phase. Ooh. Ooh. This is a really nice planet. We also have oh no. There's a civilization here. Oh boy, that is very tempting. So one of the things that you can do is that if you find a primitive civilization, you can actually make it so they join your empire. It's not through the friendliest of means, if I have to be honest. It is definitely not through the friendliest of means. But you can have them become a part of your empire, which I'm tempted by. I am very tempted by.
Construction venture completed.
This is Row, wherever that is, we need that. Actually, we're not psychic, never mind. We're not psychic anymore. We're not gonna be able to be psychic, so we don't need it, per se. I'd still want it.
Construction
I'm gonna grab that, so we can go for faster speed in the future.
A system survey has concluded.
So it looks like we're gonna be able to get
Communicate.
non-aggression pack. Yes, please. So that means that we're gonna be able to we're gonna be losing a little bit of influence, but that's fine. We already have
Bound.
a majority. Oh, you're gonna guarantee my independence. Oh, these guys are so nice. These guys are so nice. Okay, we have to make these guys our friends. So these guys, if we're ever in trouble, they've oh man, they even want a research agreement.
Strange.
That one I'm not so sure about because our technology is going to skyrocket, and we're already losing a whole bunch of influence, and this will make it so we lose even more. And I do need a little bit of influence, so that one we're not gonna do. We'll form a federation, though. I do want to form a federation. So the things that I need to do, I need to spawning pools right here, food processing facility, and then some agricultural districts. So to get that working, let's keep on working on the Synapse planet. Get another Synapse node right there, and Megatech. Megatech is starting to actually look like a tech planet now. Yeah, we need more research. That's all there is to it. Let's get another researcher right there. And then yeah. Okay, so there's a lot of things that we need to do. We're probably going to be colonizing we need to colonize this planet. And I don't know why it's not letting me. It's because I don't... Oh my god, I'm dumb. I'm in the process of making a shipyard, of moving my shipyard to a more central location, which is this one. So I don't have a shipyard. I can't make ships. Now I can. So let's go ahead and let's colonize this one right here. There's going to be a mining planet. We need to start working on mining planets. We need a whole bunch of these. So there's going to be mining prime, because it's pretty massive. And then this one's not that good, but it has rare resources we can exploit. So I'm also going to be colonizing this one. Let's buy that. Sell that. We don't have enough food. That's fine. We're working on it.
A system survey has concluded.
So one of the reasons why I really wanted to try to get this system is because I want to be able to get this nebula right here. Because in the future, one of the things that you can do is you can actually get nebula refineries, which will allow you to get minerals from the nebulas. And we're going to be needing to build a whole bunch of star bases, so I want to build all of them in the nebula so we can get resources from it. Ideally, what you want is you want the black hole, because from a black hole you can get dark matter, which is why I originally wanted to try to get for this one right here, because it also had the L gate. It does not look like we're going to be able to do that anymore, which is unfortunate. I do like the L gates quite a lot, but if it does not work, it does not work. So we're doing pretty good when it comes to a lot of our resources. I actually do want to start working on that one, and because we are level 10, once we get the upgraded version for this, we can actually upgrade it. This is generator world. What do I need in generator world? I can probably start making gases in the other planets, which is what I think I'm going to start doing pretty soon. Agri-World Prime is still growing. Let's go ahead and buy that. And then... oh man, do we have a better candidate for another mining world? What about you? That's only 6. I need, that one's probably going to be the best, and that is horrible to say. We need mines. We can't keep on going without mines, so... well, they're not the best, and trust me, these planets are pretty bad. At least for now. We're gonna need the Hive Nexus pretty soon, so I want to try to get that. Well, these planets are not the best right now. That's not gonna be that big of a problem in the future. So let's keep on expanding a little bit. This is probably going to be the last place that I'm going to be expanding on for quite a while. That'll mean that we will have a pretty sizable chunk of the galaxy just for ourselves. Once we're done with a lot of this, we have a whole bunch of planets we can take advantage of. We have a whole bunch of things we can take advantage of. I want to make this into another star base as soon as we have the capacity for it. These people are incredibly friendly with us. They're not going to be fighting us. So we're probably going to be doing really, really good. Our science is also starting to look a lot better. It's still not at where I want it to be. I want it to be a lot higher than what it is right now. We are definitely not in a horrible position. I just need to focus more on our science department. And one of the things that I do want to try to do is I want to try to get a federation going. So what do I need to form a federation? 80. So one of the things that we can actually do is we can try to get favors. And if we can get favors from this guy, we might be able to eventually turn him into a Federation member. One of the things that I'm probably going to have to do... yeah, this guy, we're never going to be able to join this guy. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop trying to improve our relationships with the hegemony. It's pretty much decided that they're going to be attacking us regardless of what happens. So my main focus now is going to be on trying to make these guys into a federation. If we can get a federation going, that means that both of our empires are going to be allied pretty much, and we're going to be able to use that to our advantage.
An unusual phenomenon has cropped up.
Okay, I think
Establishing a new colony.
for our scientist, I'm going to be sending you over here because I want you to explore this area a little bit, see if there's anything that's worthwhile. I'm probably just going to be taking this one. I'm going to be taking this one right here, and we're going to be having 3 choke points. We're going to have a star base right here, we're going to have a star base right here, and we're going to have a star base right here. We're going to be having a whole bunch of our anchorages over in this location. This is going to be our main ship production center right here in Terabellium, which is in a pretty central location. I can send a lot of my ships to this direction, I can send a lot of my ships to this direction, and I can send a lot of my ships to that direction. So it's just a really good shipyard area. And once we're connected with gateways in the future, it'll just be really, really good. Alright. The other anchorages that I placed them right here, which is not a great location. I might actually remove that in the future. And then we have the one in Davicus. This should be fine for now. This should be fine for now. Okay, so these 2 mining planets are starting to go around. I do like naming them what they are because later on in the future we're going to be getting even more planets, and I wanna be able to know
System survey has concluded.
what the focus of the planet is, so I don't get lost. Okay, so this one is going to be another mining 3. So let's go ahead and let's start preparing this one. We're going to be making a mining district, we're going to be making the spawning pools, and mineral deposits. This is not the most efficient way of doing it. The most efficient way of doing it is actually making it when you actually have the population for it. But I don't want to be min-maxing every single planet all day. That's going to be taking a very long time. That would be the efficient way of doing it. What I'm just going to be doing though is I'm just going to be queuing up things to make sure that our amenities are okay. Speaking of amenities, one of the things that I actually do want to do, I want to make sure that I'm only using the amount of amenities that I need exactly. I don't want to have to do more than's necessary. I just want to see what it's gonna take.
System survey has concluded.
Ooh, biology, that's gonna be helpful in the future. Another thing that I want to take a look at are leaders. Can I get a good leader? Doesn't seem like it. What about scientist? Nope. Admirals? I could buy an aggressive one right now. That'd be pretty good. Might do that in the future. I don't think I'm gonna need my admirals for a very, very long time. We're starting to run out of food, so I might have to send a couple. I might have to send a couple population over into our mining world. It looks like Dave Prime. It looks like Dave Prime is starting to run out of space right now. I can always get more space in the future, but for now, let's go ahead and get you over to the Agri world. I need Megatech to start growing. So you know what? Actually, let's try to focus on getting Megatech to work a little bit more. Ooh, synaptic clusters, that'd be nice. I don't have the resources to upgrade these ones anyways. Let's go with colonial bureaucracy. Try to increase our empire sprawl, so we don't have to worry too much about that one. I'm hoping that we'll be able to get another planet in these locations. If we can get another planet, we might be in a really, really good location. We're already in an incredible position, if I'm being honest. We have access to, let's see, we have access to 2 planets right here. We have another 2 right here. We have another 1 right here, which I might actually colonize right now, even though it's Tomb World and the habitability is not great. Just go ahead and grab that. Station is under attack. Oh no, we're being raided! Oh, that's gonna suck. Yeah, we have pirates right here. They're gonna keep on attacking our... They're gonna keep on attacking our station. It's not gonna matter that much because we have a planet on the station, so it's not gonna be destroyed. It's just gonna be annoying. Ooh, destroyers. Yeah, I'm gonna grab destroyers. This is definitely not the... This is not the best position that I've ever been in. It's really, really good for late game. Early on, though, it's looking horrible. I'm actually going to grab the research complexes because we have... we do actually have enough to start working towards that. One of the things that we're going to need is we're going to need this thing right here. We're going to need exotic gas refineries pretty much on every planet that we can get in order to start getting more tech. My technology level is still not where I want it to be. There are ways to get like double the technology that I currently have right now by this year. In 2230, there's a lot of builds for Stellaris in particular that would actually have you have like a massive fleet. We are not gonna be able to do that. What I think I'm gonna start doing though is I think I'm gonna start researching a lot of the anomalies that we have right here with this scientist that we have. So I'm just gonna queue this one up to just research everything. A lot of other planets keep on going. We're probably gonna need a... we can actually research that, that's fine.
Construction venture completed.
Ooh, another Tomb World. This one I might pick up. Oh, so we have a, we have primitive species. We have primitive species on this planet. Yeah, I'm picking this up for sure.
A spaceport is ascended. A system
Alright, we are doing really, really good for
a new colony.
the start of the Dave Imperium. This is actually looking really, really good. I do think we're a bit behind on science. This is definitely not where I want to be, and our mineral situation is not ideal either. We are definitely... We could definitely be doing better. I think this start is really, really good for the late game. Early on, we are probably going to suffer a little bit. One of the good things, though, is that we managed to find a very, very helpful civilization right here. Like, these guys being friendly with us is incredibly amazing. They are protective of us. They really, really like us. They are spiritualist seekers, spiritualists, and they are egalitarian. The more that this rises, we might be able to get a federation. Right now, it's probably a bit too far away for that. And we ended up getting another world. Yes!
A system survey has concluded.
We are gonna have to deal with this. We can't let this entire area just be dominated by these things right here. So we're probably gonna have to make a small fleet. Let's build a starbase right here. I want to colonize this world. That I want to do because this one's gonna be a really good mining world. It's not gonna be ideal, but it's probably gonna be the best we have access to. And one of the things that we can do is that once we get further into a street right here, we can get this thing right here, Engineered Evolution and Evolutionary Mastery. And because there is a species right here that can live in the tomb world with 100% habitability, one of the things that we can do is we can actually make it so it joins the hive mind. And if we do that, then it'll just be like another population that we can have. And at that point, we can just... These tomb worlds that we have pretty much everywhere,
A study has been completed.
we can suddenly live in them no problem. This is one thing that I've been looking for, though, terraforming gases. One of the things that I want to rush as quickly as possible is I want to rush hive worlds. And for that, we're going to need climate restoration. And the only way to get that is through terraforming. So it's going to take a bit. It's going to take a bit, but we are actually in a really, really good position. If we can make a federation with our other guy, the other friend that we have on the horizon, we're going to be looking pretty good. We are probably going to be pretty close to the end of the stream, however. I am having a lot of fun with this, but there are a couple things that I do have to do. So I'm probably just going to be going up into a point that I feel confident, not that I feel confident leaving it. And we're going to be going probably in a bit of a break. I might continue streaming a bit of Stellaris in the future. Ooh, a natural wormhole. Where is that?
A system survey.
Where is that? Oh, right here. That could prove useful. That could prove really useful.
A study has been completed.
I have no idea where this science ship is going. I'm just gonna send it to analyze this area right here. Okay, so we have a couple things we can do here. Synthetic crystal plants would be really nice. Strikecraft would be really nice. I think I'm gonna be going for Strikecraft though. One of the things that I think I can do is that if I can get to cruisers, I can probably make just like a naked cruisers, basically. Have like no armor on them, just pure strikecraft. And because strikecraft does so much damage at such a massive range, they're never actually gonna get in trouble. So I can just make these, even with just a regular cruiser, I can make it so that I can have a very safe colony. Yeah, that's gonna be helpful. That's gonna be helpful for sure. And because these things are actually weaker than the starbase, I'm gonna end up destroying them naturally without having to worry about them. Generator world, let's go ahead and make this. I'm gonna increase the maintenance drone, that'll help with the stability issues. Our planets are slowly but surely coming along. It's taking a while, but we're getting there. We are getting there. This one, I need you to start mining, and I need you to start mining. We've secured a very, very sizable part of the galaxy. I think
System survey has concluded.
we're doing incredibly good. Yeah, I'm really liking what we have right here. With that though, I do think I'm probably gonna be leaving it here for now. I'm gonna be saving right here. We're gonna be exiting to main menu. And Iron Man, this will actually save it. And yeah, I did have a pretty good amount of fun with Stellaris. This is a game that I really, really like, even though it's it looks very complicated, and it is incredibly complicated. But as we keep on making a bit more of the story side, we're going to be going pretty deep into a lot of the, actually figuring out what's going on in the galaxy. So that's going to be really fun. But for now, I'm probably going to be stopping right here. I might play a little bit more in the future. We'll see. This is not going to be the first time that you're going to see Dave, that's for sure. With that out of the way though, if you enjoyed, thank you very much for watching. Subscribe, consider subscribing if you want to see more Stellaris content in the future at some point in time. This has been Portals.